45, West County Rural Pennsylvania, call to order. You welcome for allegiance to the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Secretary and also by Michael Kunzelman. You got the video tape of it. Public comment. First person, Dave.
Yes.
Would you have your, I can't.
McKinley Street, it needs some work done on it. That street down along there, below Toto's and Hedwig's, that berm is a mess.
We know that we run out of material to get over there this past week.
You know, every time it rains, I'm getting flooded out.
You know, over by Totus's house?
Yeah. Yeah, but how's he getting flooded out if it's down at Totus's? That's on the hillside.
I don't know.
How are you getting floated out if it's down at Totus's?
The water comes right down out of that alley and right straight across.
Oh, it goes in that little
dip.
Okay.
Yeah, the high point is up on Cleveland. If you stand there on McKinley and you look up that alley, it's an incline the whole way up through there. And there's no catch basin.
Dave, I know your last name, I can't think of
Walls.
All right, we'll investigate that because I was there on Friday and so was Rick. You know, we're trying to decipher what we're going to do with that ball.
I didn't hear us first ever heard about it.
Yeah, well, they called me at home, that's why.
Yeah, I was away for.
Yeah. Something does good.
Thank you.
Okay, Mike. Cool.
Yes, sir. I would like to request council to allow us to speak after the meeting with public comment, because that way, if something was mentioned, that way we don't have to wait until the next meeting and we can just get it out there. I hope you guys would just, consider that. And that's all I have.
We're looking to do that. Carol? Augustine?
My question is, does the truck that is driving around the borough selling meat and seafood items out of a cooler in the back have a permit? And actually, the council person that was buying stuff a couple of weeks ago isn't here to ask her if she asked them about a permit. So they do not have a permit? Okay. Okay. Does Schwann's have a permit with, the food company that drives around? I mean, they're legit. Yeah. I mean, I realize, yeah, everybody needs a permit, but Schwann's, I mean, they're a legitimate company. I mean, but do they have something on file with the borough? Okay, well then next time I see my Schwann man, I will ask them and have them contact so that they're in compliance. But it's the truck, it's a pickup truck with Florida plates, with a freezer in the back, selling meat and seafood. And Paula Henry, they had all kinds of stuff in the back of the truck and it was not in the garage.
What's the legal opinion on it? Which one?
On the Schwann men?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically they should. I would say. I mean, I don't see, it's not really a big deal for them to obtain one. The other gentleman, there isn't a name on the side of the truck.
Oh, absolutely not.
Gypsies.
Well, then that's not Schwann.
Well, I know, it's two separate incidents.
Yeah,
It's two separate incidents. I'm asking because I buy stuff off the Schwann man and somebody jumped me about, did the Schwann man have a permit? And I said, I never even thought about it. But the individuals that with the Florida plates on a pickup truck with a freezer in the back, I'm guessing they're not real legit.
It's a permit that they could, is it a covered permit for all the time, or do they have to have one every time?
If they're soliciting, I mean, most of the people I don't know how really the Schwann man works, because I haven't been delivered to me, but if you're a customer, don't they come around to you?
They come every 2 weeks or
But
every.
do they come to your house because
Yeah.
you want them to?
Yes.
Well, I don't think you would need a permit at that point, but if they're soliciting and just walking up to random houses, then in that case.
Well, that's how Schwann Man gets their business, they do.
I think.
Then they get their regular customers.
Yeah,
But they don't get the regular customers until they solicit you to it.
Okay, so they do just randomly walk up to.
Sure.
I think what we ought to do is call Schwann out by the hot dog.
My question is, once they get the permit, is it good for every time they come in town? They don't have to get a permit every time they come in town.
Is it good for a year? Is it good
I'm
on
not
the?
sure
for
the
very
exact
lengths
amount of
of
time.
time.
it is.
Right, I can't hear both of them say
Yeah.
that.
They can buy them for varying lengths of time,
And
up to,
what's-
like 3 years or a year.
Well, what they have currently is a monthly permit. You can go one day, 1 week, or 1 month. Is how we have it set up currently. There was no annual permit that was issued. And none that I could find, so that's what we go by accordingly, unless there's something else within the borough ordinance that I don't have to.
What is the cost?
The costs are $5, $10, and $25.
Okay, can council, if Schwann needs a permit, can you guys figure out what price, so they only have to do this once a year? It'd be kind of really stupid for them to have to apply for a permit every month when they're in here all the time.
I'd like to see what other towns do. Where, what do other towns do? What do other municipalities do for someone like Schwann versus the Gypsy?
Gypsies, yeah.
Currently under, like, other municipalities in Indiana, Apollo Girl, and so forth, because they are a direct sale to a customer that's under request at that point in time, they're not permitted because
They are or not?
They are not permitted because they're requested to be there to provide the service. It would be like UPS delivery.
That's what I said initially too. I mean, you said that they solicit their business, so they randomly walk up to a home that is not a customer of theirs and say, hey, would you like to?
Yeah.
But I don't know that they continue to like go back and badger. I mean, if that, like,
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I don't know.
I was just asking to avoid a problem with the Schwann man in the neighborhood, that's all. But I was more concerned about the gypsy and the council member not pursuing that.
Okay, let's say he comes to your house 6 months later. Yeah, I think they come back and ask him. If the Schwann man would come to your house in 6 months, ask you, say, what have I interested right now?
I feel like they would keep track of that. They wouldn't
Yeah.
come back.
They have steady
They would
customers.
keep track
Yeah, they have
of
steady
who.
customers.
I've never had them come to me and knock on the door.
They come to my house twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's look into what other municipalities do, and we'll go and draft something up. But for right now, I think we ought to tell them that they do have to have a permit, even if it is per month.
Think you probably want to add an addendum to your current.
Yeah, with a permit.
And give them something for a year, because for Schwann, I mean, they're all over the place, and for them to do paperwork for West Battalion Borough once a month would,
No, we'll see about putting it, say, for a year or a 3-year plan.
oh, okay.
They could, that we wouldn't have, they wouldn't have to worry about it, and we wouldn't have to
Okay.
worry about it. And you'd see them stop at the house across from you and not, and then you don't solicit to them, and they come over and say, hey, would you like to buy some popsicles? They'll be covered.
Right, yeah.
During the summertime, you also have the ice cream truck.
Well, that was gonna be my next question, that purple, that's playing that really weird music, does he have a permit? He is? And that weird purple band? Okay.
He lives in Waukesha.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
He drives so fast, there's no way kids could ever go out there and ride it. I'm just saying. No.
We'll look into that and see what's going on. All right, gentlemen and ladies, have the minutes in front of you, like you scan them. Motion to accept them. I need a motion to accept the last month's minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Ms. Pound, need a second? Second. Second by Bez, all in favor? Aye. Unanimously approved. Mayor's report.
Officer Gehagen received a email from Pat Toomey's office requesting it be read at the meeting tonight. The massacre in Dallas reminds us of the heroism and bravery of our men and women in uniform who put their lives on the line every day to protect us from criminals and terrorists. The debt of gratitude we owe them. The Dallas police spokesman said at least one of the attackers was motivated by recent police shootings. Such incidents, including the shocking and disturbing videos from Minnesota and Louisiana, must be investigated thoroughly. And if any official is found to have violated the law, he should be severely punished. But none of that should be confused with what happened in Dallas last night. The disgusting attack has no possible justification. The overwhelming majority of police officers are honest, hard-working Americans who should not be scapegoated for the actions of a very small number within their ranks. Dallas must serve as a wake-up call to Americans that we should all stand together in support of the law enforcement family. A family that knows no boundaries of race, religion, or sex. And at this time, I'll ask everybody to stand for a moment of silence for the 5 officers that lost their life in Dallas, plus all the officers in this country recently that have lost their lives because of violence. Thank you. I'm going to remain standing because, as your mayor, I want to let the residents know about our police department. They're part-time. That means they're not guaranteed a 40-hour work week, which means other than their wage, they get no benefits. No personal days, no sick days, no holiday pays, and no vacation pay. Plus, no insurance. So if they get sick, they got to take off, they lose money. And myself, I do not understand why these officers are willing to do this job. Apparently they're so dedicated that they're not thinking about themselves and they're willing to put up with the situation. And what disturbs me is June 29th I received an anonymous letter supposedly from some of our citizens complaining about something that has to do with the police department. There's not much we can do if the people do not want to come forward, make themselves public, sit down with me, council, the police department, and discuss what's going on that they're not pleased with. So with this letter, there's nothing really I'm going to do. I need to tell the council members here because it's anonymous. So maybe the Lord will get back to these individuals. If they want to come forward, sit down with me, the council, and discuss what they're concerned about, I wish they would do that. From what it states in here, if it's what's going on, I am totally with them. It should not be happening. But again, I don't know if it's a resident or if it's an outsider that has a beef with our police officers. So unless somebody comes forward and wants to sit down, there's nothing I can do about it. So with that, Bob, you want to give your report?
Thank you, sir. For the month of June, there were 31 traffic citations with 5 warnings issued. In non-traffic violations, there was a bad check, public drunkenness and disorderly conduct, and criminal violations, DUI, possession of narcotics, drug paraphernalia, multiple forgeries, theft of property, additional criminal bad checks, theft by deceptions, theft of services, and 3 sales of firearms by a felon. There were ordinance portions of it, investigations for high grass and letters sent and junk car, which has been posted and been removed. The notice that we put out this time in June is the street department projects and paving repair projects are underway. Road closures and detours are highly likely.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll start down with the committees. Building committee.
Nothing right
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
now. Okay.
Public Works, Bobby.
Well, Public Works maintenance crew have been busy. In particular, replacing some of the drainage lines, particularly on Southern Avenue, Garfield, and Pine Hill. And I brought in, had them bring at least one of the examples in of what's happening underground that we can't see above ground. But actually you can see it above ground because if you find where we're getting dimples in the pavement, it's where they're sinking. We've got several cones up in the bore right now where the ground is sinking, and it's just because of this. We have meaning the maintenance, and by the way, done a fantastic job. Can't give enough credit to Rick for taking this on. But we replaced 140 foot of pipe on Garfield and Southern, 160 up in Pine Hill, for a total of $5,379, 300 foot worth. Equals about $17.60 a foot. That doesn't include $560 for a catch station that had to be put over in Pine Hill. Right now we have going on down on Southern Avenue, what we call Claypool Hill, in front of the lobbies. There's going to be some work down there tomorrow for the same reason that the water drain line, the drainage water, has collapsed. We have one over yet to replace on Northern Avenue. We have one to replace over on Harrison Street. My question is, I'm not up on what your budget is, but does anybody have any objections if we keep on repairing this? What do you want to do? I mean, at what point do you want to stop and say we have enough for the year? What do you want to do?
You said around 5. There was about $5,000 set aside for sewer line repair. And I think what we should do.
Now, sewer line, you mean drain?
Drain line, yeah.
Drain. Because we're going to go over that, because we're over that right now, at 300 some odd.
We're over it, we know, you and I both know, and some of the residents know where there's dips in the road and there's pipes that are in this state of condition, and they have to be replaced. I say if we go over that, not to go over, say, maybe another $5,000 or $8,000 to get these here replaced and fixed, I would like to see it done because it's going to make this borough better for everybody here and take a lot of worry off of our maintenance department. When this collapses, say in the middle of winter, it's colder than H out there to try to put this in the middle of winter time.
Well, I think it would help improve problems like they have down there. We'll probably try to get on that sooner than what we thought, knowing that problem exists. We have this to do down here first. We have the one on Harrison, end of Northern Avenue. Harrison Street would probably be put on hold.
It can be done.
But when you said another 5, 8, is that another 5 to 8, or are you saying total of 8?
No, another 5.
Okay.
Because you and I both know it's going to take that amount to fix this problem up. Because once you start to excavate it, you can see when you put a camera down so far, it's all eaten out like this here. When you get into the older pipe, maybe the next section is just as bad. So you've got to go ahead and replace it. So it takes time, it takes money. It's been years since all of this has been taken care of. Now it's falling on the council now and the council in years to come to go ahead and update our street sewage system. I think we ought to just keep working at it.
Okay, we'll keep on going and keep it in mind on the river. I mean, I'm guessing we could probably do another 300 or 400 feet and still we'll be within that range.
Yeah.
Because what you have to worry about is not so much, or what you have to be concerned about is not only paying the footage, but you have to have a break every once in a while to put a catch basin in.
Yes.
And that eats up their money.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Because we have a major one up at about $8. That's going to have to be done sometime.
Yes.
And that's like about 300, 400 feet out there.
We also completed the work over at the playground. The ground was all dug up. It was done, Roanoke by Pat Wachowski to dig that off, take away the dirt, and put all the mulch down before picnic tables were put in. I got a lot of compliments, so all complete. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did you say was the first place to be done before Northern and Harrison?
Garfield and Southern.
Garfield was already done?
Yes.
Or what's next to be done?
What's next to be done is Claypool Hill on Southern Avenue.
Okay, thank you.
And they're starting that tomorrow.
Then with that in mind, I think we'll probably go. We have another one to take care of up on Harding Street. It's going to be a small job. It's not going to be much to it. It's going to replace about 60 foot. It'll be an easy fix. Then at the same time, we'll get over the days, look at days over there. Or actually not days, we're going to look at the alleyway coming down onto McKinley.
That's all. Thank you. Finance, Insurance Committee? Nothing? Personnel?
No issues I know of.
Bush Street Tree Committee?
I was called in June from a Cindy Recupero and Randy Bowser, and they're at 121 Summit Avenue. It was regarding 3 large pine trees at the back of their lot. And she was wondering if the borough would come and take them down. And I said, well, no, the borough doesn't take down the trees. If it was struck with lightning or something to that effect, the borough office would go and assist them helping to get rid of it. But I said we couldn't do that. And just in talking with her, it almost sounds like a neighbor dispute. But I called Eddie Morris and asked him if he would go over on site and inspect it. So maybe he could tell me a little bit more.
Yeah, it's about what you said. It's, I think the one tree was on the prime part of the property. But I think it's more,
It's a dispute between landowners. They're going to have to fight it out among themselves. We cannot get involved with you and Bez and neighbors fighting.
and I told her, bring it back.
Still good, right?
I think.
No, We're not equipped to, even if we could, say, take down the tree. We don't have a bucket truck. We don't have that. And our insurance will be,
It's probably like 100 some feet.
no, we can't do that.
It's a big money.
We can't do that.
Eddie had told me something about, he thought, he told me to check the maps to see if there is in fact an alley through there.
Well, there is one, but
Are there trees on that alley?
I
Right
couldn't
away,
see.
is it burned over?
I couldn't see where, the trees would be there. The map, it's not gonna show trees, so I don't think.
The location of the alley is
Yeah,
what you're looking for.
You'd almost have to go to the canvas,
It has to be surveyed. Maybe the pins up there probably at all.
Without going any further, it seems like it's just a neighbor.
Yeah,
It's
a neighbor's
And then
small
we'll
one.
have to resolve it.
Yes.
If it's something wired or something, I could write a letter and say they need to be.
Well, to be on the wires in the West Penn will come in, or whatever wires they are. But we're not capable of doing anything such as that.
Exactly. So I think that, I don't know if anything I can do for them.
Well, the only thing we can do is, if you talk to them again, it's just gonna be between the two neighbors to settle it out and go from there.
I talked to her the same time, and I said, yeah, it's probably a dispute between neighbors and the way that can resolve.
Yeah,
That's it.
okay. Police committee,
Nothing at this time.
crime watch committee.
There is a crime watch committee meeting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock here at the Borough Building. And I'd like to thank council for the $100 donation to the memorial wall. I have the flags ordered.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Mickey. You have nothing for an executive session this time? No? Unfinished business. I have nothing for unfinished business at the time. Well,
I know I talked to Bobby there, we talked, and he mentioned that the guys might need a new welder or something.
yeah, they mentioned it to me today, they needed a piece of machinery, but I didn't have time to stay to talk to them what they really need.
Well, Bobby and I talked, and he said, it was a welder. And I got some prices, and he mentioned that his son, your
Oh, yeah, well, that's neither here nor there, but.
right, but he welds, and he'll know,
You mean a price or what?
price or the name of the welder.
Or what to get?
Yeah, or where to get one, or.
Yeah, to be honest with you,
Got another here, go down to
Greco's.
Greco's?
Yeah, I can get down there,
You can go to Greco's there, you use a place in Butler.
yeah. That
Remember
Harbor
the place?
Freight, you got that Harbor Freight, yeah.
Well, you're gonna want an additional.
Yeah, he talked about like the torches, that kind of messed up.
Well, you can get new heads for them,
Right,
because I've been welding and cutting, and you
Right.
can,
right, you can get.
you know, the heads start to plug up, you can
Right.
get new heads for them.
I actually forgot about that conversation there. You're right,
Oh, you did?
I forgot about it.
And I know we talked about the backhoe there, you said about what the price or looking.
Well, if you want to get into that conversation, council had talked about the lack of use of our
Right.
backhoe, but it's been proven beyond doubt that the backhoe is no longer the backhoe part. It is shot. It's a 40-year-old machine. The plungers, the hydraulics are shot. It's not a safe machine to handle. It's been suggested by Pat Petrosky, but suggested by Doug Geiser both, is not to use it around any pipes. In other words, if we're going to go in and dig a pipeline and there's any gas lines or water lines or electric lines nearby, don't use it, stay away. The front part, the high lift, it operates fine. But I think It's a 40-year-old machine. It's something that board needs to look into to update ours. I don't know what position we're in right at the moment. Hopefully be part of the budget process for next year and see if we can start budgeting some things and have a little more idea where we sit. I don't think we have a police budget that's adequate for the mayor to be able to go get some things he needs for the police without coming to council for even something as small as a charge. So I think it's something that needs to be discussed for next year.
The new one's about 7.
Which is gonna happen for 10 years.
Right.
There's a lot of ways, we can finance it, whether it be, there's a lot of means out there in finance.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I think
I'm just saying.
Over the Welch and see even a reconditioned one.
Well, I looked on that too, and there was a couple of nice ones out there. A lot of them four-wheel drive, because basically that's what they get.
That's what's on the market now.
Right, they get the four-wheel drive with the extended hood, and I forget where this was, and it was local too. It was like in, like up towards Grove City that way. It was I don't know if it was a JBC or I forget what it only had like 2,200 hours on it, and it was $27.
could be fine. I sometimes worry about buying other people's problems. If we have somebody who can go in there and really go over, get the one over and say, yeah, you've got a good machine here.
Well, yeah, I mean, if, let's say, we take
I think it's something
Doug up to look at it.
I'll be looked at for the next,
If we were thinking of used one, and, we seen the Outland or something that was 27, and we're thinking of it, take Doug up, go look at it. That's all. If that's the way you're thinking about that,
no, I was thinking more going to Walsh's, look for something to finance on the newer side.
Well, you can do that too, because Walsh, will take ours and trade.
Yeah.
Let's look into it, see what we can come up with. Anything else on the unfinished business? New business?
I've got a question on the time clock. It hasn't been working for quite a while now. It hasn't been working. I was wondering if possibly the police department could have their own time clock in their office.
Well, 2 years ago, I mentioned that, of having them have their own clock, and I just, Rick had mentioned that he was gonna move the clock from where it's at to another location.
Because it's not working.
Because every time the door slams, it changes the time on the time clock. So I don't know if he's moved it yet or not.
As far as I know, he has, but I'm
Well,
just going by hearsay. I can't say.
Well,
Didn't you, I think you went back years ago,
never did materialize.
oh, you didn't
I
get the prices?
wanted a new time clock over there.
Yeah. I know.
And it was passed.
I thought that we got prices maybe.
Yeah, I have them somewhere. We'll look into the time clock issue.
May I give you a suggestion? You might want to look into a computer program. I can give you the information on it for $200. It does everything. We use it for our funeral home, and it's outstanding. But I can give you the information if you'd like it.
All right, thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
We'll look into various types of timing mechanisms. So, anything else on the new business? Okay, motion to pay the bills. Motion by Eddie Morris to pay the bills. You just second? Second by Nancy. All in favor? Aye. Okay, we have a letter here. Do you want to read it, Chuck? From Grace Reverend Church here in West Catania.
Yeah, he was not able to attend the meeting, so he gave it to me to read aloud. Greetings, council members. I am unable to attend the Monday night session on July 11th as I am speaking at a camp that week. At the last council meeting, we presented our desire for cooperation with our 5K race. The council was gracious in permitting this. Your suggestions are being implemented. We will be distributing small American flags to homes along the raceway. We are seeking permission to distribute letters to homes along the raceway to inform them of our desire to decorate their homes and distribute flags. On the reverse side, you will find the sample letter we intend to distribute. Thanks for your cooperation in this community event. In his service, Pastor Larry. So this is the letter that they want to give to people along the way. Dear friends and neighbors, we are excited to let you know that the Grace Brethren Church will be hosting the 2016 9/11 Run to Remember on September 11th, 2016. This 5-kilometer walk-run will wind through the streets of West Catania past your home. It has been 15 years since that fateful day that changed our country in so many ways, and this is one way we can recognize and remember. The walk-run will begin at 5 p.m. and take about 45 minutes. The children's race will begin at 5:45 and be over by 6 p.m. During this time, we ask the following of you. The West Catania Borough and police support this event, and there will be vehicular traffic limitations on the race route for the safety of the participants and the children. We ask for your patience and understanding. We also ask for your support. The enclosed flags are small mementos. Please feel free to cheer on the participants during the race or place the flags along the sidewalk. If you have friends or family who want to participate, please share the enclosed race application with them. Please join us at Grace Hall following the race for refreshments and fellowship. If you have any questions, please contact the church office at 724-543-4019. Thank you again for your understanding and support. The 2016 9/11 Run to Remember Race Committee.
I think it's very apropos that the Grace Brethren Church has this race. Now, they've been doing it for a number of years now. I think the residents of West Catania, like he's asking you, they're going to hand out flags and had to put them out. Show your support for a church in this area. You may not go there, but everybody enjoys watching the people run because you can't run. And like I said, they do have fellowship after. And I have never been to one of their fellowships, but I've heard that the cookies and drinks and so forth are very good. But we'll go ahead and tell Reverend Larry, Pastor Larry, that he can go ahead and put the letters out, but he cannot put them in the mailbox. It's illegal to put a flyer in the mailbox. But we will help protect him, the runners, and anybody else that they have to run. I have one other thing before we adjourn. Paula Henry, one of our council people who is not here tonight due to a hospital call, has asked me to announce that on every Wednesday from 6 to 7, they do have an exercise fitness class here. It's just for 1 hour. If anybody wants to participate, wants to lose some calories, come on. I don't see hands. Everybody must be skinny enough, huh? But, I just wanted to announce that she asked me to make an announcement that on Wednesday between 6 and 7, they do have an exercise stretch class and so forth. And she's had probably about 8 or 9 people already participating. Is there anything else from any of the council people? I'm asking for a motion for adjournment.
So made.
Motion by Bobby Marr, 7:15. Second by Lee Morris. All in favor? Motion Next meeting, August 1st, 6:30 here in the building.